It all started on a cold, rainy evening of October 13th, 1942. I sat in my dimly lit office, reading the paper. FDR's unprecedented third midterm election. I thought to myself, man, that guy sure knows how to win.
Well, anyway, I had stayed back behind in my office that night, after getting nowhere in the case of the missing Lewinsky boy. Within my own failures as a detective, I couldn't help but think of a special someone. Maria, the love of my life. Short blonde hair and eyes like the brightest crystal ball you've ever seen. Her walk like a monsoon flooding into my heart. Maria was a goddess. The smartest woman I've ever met. You see, Maria was a doctor, but she always came to me for the cooking. I made a delicious shrimp carbonara, her favorite, and she would come to my office for dinner every Tuesday night for years. The problem, you ask? Maria didn't show up that night. I was worried sick to my stomach about it. Where was she? She drove me crazy. My first thought was, maybe she got in a car wreck in that terrible weather or something. I immediately go to the phone. I call Castelluccio's, a quaint bar in Little Italy that Maria and I would frequent. We used to stand by the curb in a cold October night, where the light from the flickering street lamp turned our tears into stars. I get Greg Marino, the bar owner, where I proceed to ask about Maria. Greg says to me, "I haven't seen her in 2 days, you prick." I hang up the phone. Greg's an asshole, but I've got a hunch. You see, Greg didn't like us together. Maybe he wanted to take her out. All of a sudden, I get a letter slipped under my door. It's addressed to me, Eddie Carlyle. I tear it open. It's from Maria. I'm relieved. Until I read it. It says,
"Dear Eddie, we can't do this anymore. I'm running away with Frankie. To Italy. Sicily. We've got a baby on the way and I'm happy. Take care of yourself and try not to drink as much. With love, Maria Andolini."
I drop the letter. I'm crushed to the bone. The woman I love, with another man? At that same moment, I'm incredibly happy for her. She got the life I always dreamt of trying to give to her, and she was finally happy. From that night forward, it was me and the Carbonara on Tuesday nights, alone in my office, alone and desolate, because food buys happiness. A year later, I get a call. It's from Maria. Frankie left her. His heartless fucking goodbye burned her lungs like the lingering cigar smoke that he left there. I think to myself, maybe she's trying to reconcile things. She has every right. I pick up the phone. She tells me she's in love. There we go. With me. In my shock, I swallow a piece of shrimp from the carbonara, choking as I fall, clasping my chest. My phone hits the desk. I survive. I pick up the phone. I tell Maria I'm sorry. I don't think we can do this. I hang up the phone. I immediately pick up the phone and I call her and I tell her that I love her with all of my goddamn heart and that she should come back to New York and meet me in my office so we can run away together. The plan was set.
But when Maria showed up the following evening, I was nowhere to be found. You see, I had packed my bags and drove to Chicago. Why Chicago? Maybe I couldn't stand to see Maria again. It would be too painful. Or maybe I had lived my whole life in the city that never sleeps, and I finally needed some rest.
doing things we used to do. There's a girl here and she's almost you. Almost all the things that you promised with your eyes, I see in her.
Action.
A year later.
It's okay.
Okay. I tell her that I love her with all of my goddamn heart. And that she should come back to New York and meet me in my office so we can run away together. Cut. I don't know.
Action.
A year later, I get a call. It's from Maria. Ah, shit. Alright, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
From the Carbonara, choking as I fall, clasping my chest. My phone hits the floor.
Go ahead and slip the letter.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh! Blooper reel.
Alright, ready.
Oh fuck. That's a blooper.
That's okay, that's okay.
Back or?
Yeah.
Hold up, I was taking a video for behind the scenes. Action.
A year later, I get a call. It's from Maria.
Are you serious?
And lights out.
I can't
We're
even
done.
see.
We're done. Filming's over. Bye,
It's
guys.
over.
Why?